Hello everyone, my name is Meme Guns, and tonight I'm going to be reacting to Dwayne Jazz react to TheOdd1sOut, Sooubway 4, the final sandwich reaction. Let's go.
How's it going today?
Lord,
Let's keep in mind, Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne Jazz, so we have Sooubway 4. Why did I say it like that? Sooubway 4.
That's way has to put it so you
Sooubway, right?
go after
Sooubway 4, the final sandwich.
Okay. So it's probably when he quit.
Yeah, by TheOdd1sOut. Yeah.
I'm thinking.
No, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to find out. If you guys have any requests, please follow us on social medias in the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's dive on in.
Guys, buy my card game. It's at Target.
Nice a Target shirt.
Alright, here's the video now. Sooubway will always hold a special place in my empty heart, not because I have fond memories working there, but because some of you really liked it when I talked about working there. And I made buckets with those videos compared to what I was making at Sooubway, which was nice. Apparently I was hashtag relatable enough to connect with millions of people, and it took my channel to where it is today. And then less than 2 weeks later, I made a part 2 to that video, and I struck an even bigger chord with people. Who likes the sequel better than the original? People think that I use the word Sooubway in my videos so I wouldn't get sued. This is not true. I wasn't successful enough to get sued. They had other problems to deal with at the time. I called it Sooubway for a joke. In my first video, I said, I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called Sooubway. I was making you think that I worked at an unknown place, and then I subverted your expectations by saying I worked at Sooubway. But now at this point in my career, I am calling my previous place of employment Sooubway because I don't want to get sued. The most requests I get for a video is Sooubway Part 4. But I never really considered making another one because I don't work there anymore. I have no new stories to talk about the place.
Right, it's just all
But something
old
happened recently, and I do want to talk about it. You see, the Sooubway I used to work at closed down. And I'm so deeply upset at this news that the only way for me to cope is to make one last video about it. So this story happened a couple of years after I quit working at Sooubway. I was behind on a video, so that meant I was in a mentally damaging mindset called crunch mode. And I'd been working all day, and I started getting hungry, and I still hadn't taken Floof on a walk, so I decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and eat Floof. Just kidding. I decided to take Floof on a walk to my local Sooubway. And before I entered the store, I picked up Floof and held her in my arms because I'm not a psychopath. I know taking your dog into a restaurant is tacky and a health code violation, but this is a Sooubway we're talking about. I know how laid back it is here. There are no rules or health codes. One time when I was working at my Sooubway, this 10-year-old kid came in wearing a swimsuit and literally nothing else. And he was unsupervised. He didn't want a sandwich, all he wanted was a cookie, but this kid wasn't wearing shoes or a shirt. The 2 things you need to get service at a restaurant. So did I tell this shirtless delinquent to get lost? No, he had money, so I did business with him. I don't discriminate against shirtless people. Look, his mom was probably at the grocery store next door. He just got done with swimming lessons, and he said something like, "Mother, I would be most grateful if you let me consume a pastry with high levels of sugar and simple carbohydrates." His mom probably said, "Yeah, whatever, nerd, go get something at Sooubway." So the point of this story is to let you know that I was the kind of employee who, as long as you were willing to pay for your food, didn't care what you were wearing or what health code you were violating. This is a gosh darn Sooubway. So I walk in with Floof, and it's completely empty, by the way. Seems like I'm the only one in this town that even likes Sooubway. And the worker, aka the only other person in the store, said, "Is that a service animal?" Floof's not a service animal. Unless the service you want is someone to chew up all your stuff and fart at you. But she still emotionally supports me. When I tell her, I'm gonna die alone, she tries to make me feel better by licking the inside of my nose. But I didn't want to lie to this guy about Floof's emotional support status, because if I said yes, and he said prove it, I would be in trouble. So like the emotionally stable enough to not need a dog person that I am, I said, no. And he said, "She can't be in here. If the health inspector came in, they would fire me on the spot." Which, like, jeez, dude, you're gonna let the health inspector treat you like that? Stand up for yourself once in a while. So I said, okay, I'll leave. Yeah, there are other restaurants in walking distance, Sooubway guy. The ramen place lets me order with Floof in my arms all the time. I know this because I've already been there twice this week, and the only reason I'm even getting Sooubway is because I don't want the ramen employees thinking that I'm a weird guy who brings my non-emotional support dog everywhere. You missed out, Sooubway. Do you know who I am? I used to work here. And the guy called my bluff. He said, "Wait, we can make it fast." As fast as Jimmy John's standing up for himself. I'm proud of him. I knew exactly what to to tell him. I want a foot-long ham sandwich on Italian bread with American cheese. I know that's the hardest cheese to pull apart with gloves on, but whatever. He sped run putting on the meat and cheese, and then he asked me what kind of vegetables. And in my mind, I went, hold on. You didn't ask me if I wanted it toasted. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get the sandwich finished as quickly as possible, so you're not even going to ask me if I want it toasted and hope I forgot. Mm-hmm. Well, it's okay, because I didn't want it toasted, but I'm on to you. And then he moved over the counter, peed on the olives, and bit the guy in the jugular. And then licked the inside of his nose. Some people take their job way too seriously. Or at least some Sooubway workers are more laid back like me. Like this one time not too long ago, I went back to the Sooubway I used to work at, and I didn't recognize any of the people there. But someone did get recognized in that store. Me. You. One of the workers said, "Are you the guy that made the cartoon about working here?" And I said, yeah. And then I decided to make his job interesting by telling him, "Hey kid,
I used to do that.
This is the place." What? This is where it all happened, kid. These floors are the very same floors that I used to mop. Mm-hmm. You missed a spot over there. And this kid lost all six of his eyes. I don't use my fame to get into places I'm not supposed to. Usually. But this kid was so excited, and I used to work here, so I asked him, "Can I go in the back?" Which is probably breaking a bajillion health code violations, but this kid didn't care. He let me in.
Oh,
no. It's been 3 years since I had been back there, and literally nothing had changed. I don't know if any of you have ever moved out of your parents' house, and then 3 years later you went back to visit and saw your childhood bedroom, but it was that sort of feeling. The chip boxes were still in the same place.
Mom and Dad.
Pause. Gone. Our parents.
My parents completely, it looks nice now, Mom, but my parents completely remodeled my whole room. My room was lavender, and I had all these posters up and everything, and I had a twin-size bed and a little dresser and a little tiny little TV on the wall. Now they got a big, it's not a big, huge screen TV, but it's bigger than mine. It's bigger than mine that I used to have. Then he got a queen bed in there. I was sleeping on a little twin cot ever since I was freaking 8 up until now. So then they had that. They put a big mirror in there.
Oh god.
They got a little painting and everything. It looks like a whole new room. I'm like, so y'all just wait until I leave to do this.
Yeah.
See, our parents just dog you.
When you went over my house the last time, I can't remember. Did they take my bed out?
They did. They took your bed out.
They did, right?
That's it.
Did they put a new one? Did they put a new one?
No.
Didn't they got a fitness thing in there?
I think they just put a treadmill in there, but that's it.
Mom, Dad, why?
I think parents try to wash away.
Right, they wash away the evidence and stuff that you were ever there. Because every time they open the door, they be like, I swear, when we become parents, we're probably gonna do the same thing.
I remember when she used to be squeezing over there in that corner.
You open the door, then you look. You're like, it's time to go to. And you just get sad.
Right.
That's when you realize you're getting older. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. I'm like, you realize you're getting older and you're just like, I'm not going to go there. Never mind. You want me to go there? I'm not going there.
So you call them old?
No. They call it so old. Anyway. All right, let's go back into it.
Place. Inside the freezer, all the food was pretty much where I left it, and the bulletin board had all the same papers. One of the papers was a list of all the employees with their names and phone numbers, and that list was so old that it still had all of my old coworkers' names and numbers, and it even had my own name and number still on the sheet. It had been crossed out, but I still went, ah! And I punched it out with a pencil. Maybe that's how my phone number got leaked. And then I thought, I wonder if the other number is still here. In the very back of the room, there was this desk, and I got down on the gross, unmopped floor, and I scooted underneath the desk, and oh my gosh, it's still here. When I used to work there, one of my coworkers found the store's Wi-Fi password and wrote it down on the bottom side of the desk, so then everyone could watch Netflix instead of work.
Yeah.
Boy, he had no idea it was there, and he typed it into his phone,
and it
still worked. All right. Don't tell people that I told you this, I said. We can't let anyone know this secret. But then the place closed down, so now no one can get in trouble. Anyways, I'm gonna miss that place. It was gross, and I didn't love working there, but in the end, it was the most memorable job I had as a teenager, as it was the only other job that I had.
Right.
It formed a good work ethic, I made new friends, and I even got to eat free food sometimes. But now I might get sued for this video, so we'll see what happens. So now every time I walk into Sooubway with my non-service animal, a little part of me will be sad that my old Sooubway is in ruins. Okay, maybe it's not in ruins, but they'll probably turn it into a nail salon or something. Nothing lasts forever, so It's time to give Sooubway a proper burial.
Oh, so I guess he's saying this is his last
Sooubway video.
That's how you really
There's
look
a
like?
face reveal everyone wanted.
Oh, it's eating the last sandwich.
That's how you really look like. You can't even buy it.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, now I want to eat it.
Yeah, food.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to eat no more. Just spit it out.
Yeah.
Look, he knows how to wrap it correctly.
Right, you do?
Right.
You see the
He didn't
professional?
close it like a regular person.
Right.
Like, he closed it like he's an employee.
Still got it.
He's gonna put it in a grave.
So
Where
dramatic.
is he?
I'm trying to figure out where he is, too.
So dramatic.
This looks like where the It kids used to go to try to find
Right.
it.
Pennywise.
He got this little tail.
Right, this little toy shovel. I mean, it's doing the job.
Doing the job.
So. Okay, go ahead and lay it to rest.
It's so dramatic.
There you go. There you go. Salute.
It was his first job, though. The way he buried the sandwiches got me going.
You may make the sandwich, but the sandwich you eat makes who you are.
Yes.
So inspiring. After that stuff.
Okay, just have to add a meme in there.
Well, I do love those. That's always were the funniest ones to me. That's always ones were really good to watch. I'm sad, kind of sad that this is.
I like it because I relate because of the food service thing. It's just so relatable.
Yeah, I never worked food service.
Be glad you did.
Fortunately,
Be glad you did. I'd say that working food service probably is one of the most suckiest jobs you can ever get as far as your first job. But it's kind of needed. I don't know. At least it was needed for me because I was super out. No, I'm still nice now, but I'm saying that taught me. Like me working in food taught me how to deal with like rude people.
Yeah.
And how to like deal with certain situations and certain customers.
I tell you what, never talk trash to the people who are making your food.
Please don't.
Don't ever do
I
that.
was never one of them, but my coworkers were. So like I even witnessed it, and like it was so
Don't
bad.
tell about it. You don't say about it. Make a story time.
I'm not saying what they did.
No, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm saying I didn't stop them. That's what I'm saying.
You should do a story
So
time.
you know it was bad.
You should do a story time about that situation. Never mess with people's food. That'll be a nice little.
I have a lot of stories from all the things I've worked at. like you know some of them.
I know not of them.
But
anyway,
just,
I understand.
necessary.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, comment below. Let some.
Don't forget to like
Subscribe.